fuck talking. Ain't no chit chat, you touch mine, just fuck yours. Get my lick back, we pulled up and doubled down. Yeah, we hit back, then party hard and drink up, nigga.
Yo, yo, yo.
Frost, what up?
Man, my ass was asleep. I ain't even gonna lie. I was tired, bro.
You and me both. That rain, yo.
I apologize to all y'all out there. I see everybody asking where I'm at, where you at. We was asleep. He was asleep too. I'm gonna lie to you.
Hey, look. Hey, everybody in the comments already know I jumped in here. I was in here. You know, so I woke up just in time.
Hey, you woke up right then. I was a couple minutes behind. Red come running in, so everybody give Red a shout out. She's like, babe, what time's your show? Because it's 6 o'clock.
What up, Red? Appreciate you, because I called him.
So, tonight, you know, we got a special show. Yeah, the whole night shift thing ain't really get me. What got me was we working days and nights over the weekend to try to catch up for the construction crew. So we doing a morning shift until the store opens at like 9-10 o'clock, and then we turn around, we going back in at night. And I did 14 and a half, 13, then another 14 and a half, and got off this morning, and I was like, I'm taking the day off. So we ain't got to rush off the show today, but we got Beeker coming on with us tonight.
Absolutely.
And he's down here in the comments, and we're going to be talking about RCs and motorcycle associations, MAs.
But before we get to that, welcome to another episode of KSD, Kickstandz Down, on our platform. And we must give you a disclaimer before we get into any other conversation pieces, because we don't want to end up like anybody else. That was a shot. I took it. So what? Anyway, welcome to KSD. KSD, our way, not yours. This disclaimer is pretty legit, pretty straightforward. Y'all already know what time it is. I'm pretty sure you done heard it before. You can probably say it with me. So here it goes. These are our thoughts and opinions. Our thoughts and opinions only have nothing to do with our prospective clubs and who we may or may not support. This is Kickstandz Down on YouTube. KSD, our way, not yours. What's up with I guess?
Let's go ahead and get him on and let him tell you a little bit about his history with such organizations. So, without further ado, Beeker, where are you? There you are.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Good evening. What's happening?
What up? What up?
What's happening?
How you, brother? Good to see you.
Good to see you as well, Brother Frost, Brother Trouble. Thank you for having me on tonight. I do appreciate it. My road name is Beeker. I've been in and around this lifestyle since I was 8 years old, so going on about 46 years now. Yeah, I'm an old head. I am.
Wow.
I don't have any experience with the Diamond set, very little with the MC set, but the MAs and the RCs, I kind of know what's going on with them. I'll tell you my story about that when y'all ready.
Sweet. So everybody in the comments, I see you already doing it. Welcome our guests. Lisa done already gave you a shout out. So everybody else just say what up, Beeker. And so you said you have been around the MA and RC for how many years?
Well, I've been around the biker lifestyle in the community since I was 8 years old. I started riding a dirt bike when I was little, you know, and as I grew up, of course, I got bigger bikes. My first real bike was a 65 BSA 650. You know, and as time's gone by, I've moved up to bigger bikes, and now I'm on a full touring bike. I'm on a 2016 Ultra.
Okay, sweet deal. Now you said that you do know about the MA and the RCs. So if you don't mind just diving in a little bit on why you chose to even partake in either, and for our guests that are popping up in the comments and our fans and our family, if you don't mind giving them the breakdown of what each acronym means.
Before we get into that, I do want to let everybody know that if you follow Black Dragon, you have definitely heard of this man. So he has been around for a
Facts.
long time, and he's always got some great sneaky ass comments that he throws in there. So y'all's gonna love tonight's show. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry to interrupt, but you got to get started on that, bro. I had to let everybody know
Yeah, no,
that
that's
it's the
fine, man. I
same
appreciate
Beeker.
it. Yeah, I appreciate that. So let me add to the disclaimer a little bit. I'm speaking strictly for myself, no organizations or anything that in particular. I speak only from my own experience. I don't claim to be an expert on anything, but I got a lot of knowledge and I'll pass on what I can. So
Good shit.
for decades, I was that guy who was, I don't need no patch. I ain't going to be in no club. Nobody's going to tell me when to ride, what to ride, where to ride. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. But I was never stupid enough to wear a lone wolf patch either.
Facts.
So I grew up around the motorcycle club community. And as you know, it's a lot different now than it was in the 80s and 90s when I first really started being an adult and figuring out. But I grew up with the protocols, with the codes, with the honors, with the traditions, the legacy. So I have mad respect for those people who are in a 99 or who wear a diamond, what you guys go through to earn that patch. And I know because I was in an MC for a while.
Yes,
Now, the
sir.
MC I was in here when I live in the Phoenix area, and very close friend of mine who founded the Crisis 22 project to bring awareness and hopefully to end the 22 veteran suicides a day crisis that's been going on. He brought me in and he said, listen, I want to start my club back up and I want you to be one of the members. So I was like, okay. He knew my background. We've been hanging out for 3 or 4 years. And we put the club back out. And a few years later, the state dominant for veteran clubs, their state president had him sit down because I was at the time I was a sergeant at arms and he's the prez. He had sat down with me and Slider. And he's like, you guys been around for 4 years and I've never heard of you. What's the deal? So we explained to him what we were doing, and why we were existing. And instead of doing the normal diamond thing of take it off right now, give it to me, he was cool with what we were doing. He said, listen, I understand why you guys are doing it, respect for what you're doing, but I can't let you wear that MC tab.
Right.
No problem, man. One of the biggest issues they had was we had a female wearing a patch. And in the state of
Okay.
Arizona, that's discouraged unless it's a completely female MC.
Okay. Okay.
So, and since she's a fellow combat veteran, we felt it was better if we just took the MC tab off and we put a soldier's cross on instead, and we just refer to ourselves as a motorcycle association from then. Now, I'm no longer with that crew. I've moved on to another one. It's also a motorcycle association. But we don't ever try to call ourselves a club whatsoever. We never will. We don't have anything on our cut that resembles a rocker. We don't have anything on our cut that resembles a state or an affiliation with any kind of area. No state flags, no tabs, or nothing like that. And we never will, because we don't want people to think, hey, you're trying to imitate a club. No, we are not. Our patch is one piece. That's it. And we're
So
very limited on what we can put on the back of that cut.
let me ask you a question. We've had a lot of people coming in wanting to know a little bit more information about RCs and MAs,
Right.
like I explained to you before. But me and Trouble, we've never been on that side, so I don't know about RCs. I'm not gonna lie to nobody. I know that there are RCs, and some of them, we actually associate with that. They're good peoples, but what's what's the difference between an RC and an MC as far as the setup? Because we got the bylaws, the rules, the protocols
Right.
that we follow.
Right.
But I've heard that there's a lot of differences and there's a lot of similarities. Sorry, I told you I just woke up. I can't talk
Yeah, you're
yet.
fine, man.
But
Get some water.
so explain a little bit about the differences and the similarities of
Right.
such.
So just like in the MC world, it varies from place to place. Not all MCs are cookie cutter. Not all MAs or RCs are cookie cutter. Now, I don't have a lot of experience with the RC side, but the MA side is what I've been around for years now. And mostly it's for me specifically, since I'm a veteran, I've always associated with veteran clubs of it, and it's a lot that has to do with how we felt while we were in service.
Mm.
The camaraderie and the brotherhood and the closeness that we felt there, we just carried over to now we just ride motorcycles together as a hobby. We don't, but the goal also is to support veterans organizations and veterans in general. When we do a fundraiser, it's generally for a specific cause. And, we're what is it called? It's a 501c19 nonprofit. So we don't take any profits whatsoever. Anything that we bring in always goes out to a veteran, a family, an organization, an event, a program, things of that nature. We share a lot of similarities with an MC, but our leadership structure is a little different. We don't have a pres and a vice president. We have a commander. We have a vice commander. We do have a road captain because almost everybody has road captains, but we don't have the same kind of command structure or leadership organization as MCs. And that's another reason, that's another way we differentiate ourselves from that.
Okay, I got a question for you, B.
Sure.
I'm just gonna dive in if you don't mind, so I won't get lost. But okay, so I'm understanding that. So do you guys have bylaws?
We do.
Okay.
The organization I belong to now is a national organization with chapters in every single state in the country. In fact, Arizona has 9 chapters alone. So there is a national set of bylaws. We just had our nationals last month in June up in Minnesota. So again, in that way, it's similar to the MC community, but again, differentiated by the fact that we don't ever claim to be a club and we never will. So yes, we have it's the bylaws were originally written by the founding members back in, I think it was 94 when this organization started, but they've been amended as time has gone by, just like everybody else in the world does with their stuff, to reflect more of what our mission objectives is. To answer Heather's question, we do to a certain extent, but we also make sure that they know that we're not trying to be them. We're not trying to be a support club or anything of that nature. To answer Steve's question, no. That is specifically written into the bylaws. We are not allowed to do anything like prospecting or probation.
So whenever y'all come in, no one has to earn their patches or anything like that?
You do. You have to fill out an application. It has to go to the state, has to go to the region, has to go to the national. There's background checks that are done to verify all your information and to make sure that, we don't have any trouble like what's been going on with BD and that. So there is a process to go through. You don't just walk in and they just hand you a rag.
That's
Lisa.
good.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say that's good because I'm looking at the comments and then I'm like, I wanted to know if there was some kind of screening to actually be a part. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Even with the old crew that I ran with, I helped rewrite their bylaws when we restarted the club. So, and not every RC or MA is going to have bylaws, but the ones I've always associated with, I've tried to be around people who have more of an organization about them. It's more structured. And that's part of why we roll with the MA or with a patch on our back like we do, is that organization, that structure. Again, and it goes back for me to the military, that I've always been around that. I'm 8th generation combat veteran. I have 2 kids and 2 nephews that are 9th generation combat veterans. So we've always had that type of structure and organization in our life. And it's just another way for us to be family.
Absolutely.
Lisa, I don't really know the difference because I'm looking at our state or national website. I will look up the difference between that to try to get you an answer, though.
Yeah, I was about to say, I know both are nonprofit, but I'm not sure what the difference is either.
I love having a guest on here that just hops in and is like, hey, I see that question. Let me answer it. That's awesome.
All right. So what I'm seeing on Google says Section 501c19 is a tax-exempt status for organizations that specifically benefit veterans of the United States Armed Forces.
Okay.
Makes sense. So it's specified directly for that.
501c is just a charitable organization.
Right.
Nonprofit.
Yeah. Right.
So there's the difference, Miss Lissa. Now, we know because I had no clue. He said 19 a minute ago, and I was like, wait, I thought it was a 501(c)(3) or C3
Right,
or
which is
whatever.
just a general charitable organization, nonprofit. So yeah, I had
Now,
to
But
look it up because I didn't know. But I'm glad I
but
was able to.
they got a bunch of different levels to it because I believe it was on Black Dragon's show up there, and he was listing down the
Right.
different levels of it. There's a lot of levels to it.
To be even more specific, it says contributions to a 501c19 organization are deductible as charitable or donations for federal income tax purposes if at least 90% of the members are war veterans, so they have to be combat veterans.
Okay.
The work of 501c nonprofit organizations must focus solely on making their lives better for veterans or current members of Army, Marines, Air Force, Navy, Space Force, or Coast Guard. So that's the definition
Mm,
straight off the government website.
so that's a great thing
okay.
to know. That's pretty cool. I never knew that.
Me
See,
neither.
I
it's
didn't either.
completely different. But we do got a bro on here that we love and adore. We threw on the show one day. Um, he wants to
Two
know
days.
how they could possibly get in contact with your MA in Virginia.
Virginia. All right. So I want to very specifically restate again. I do not speak for this organization. I'm only speaking for myself. It
Well,
is
he's
called the
ex-military. I think he just
right.
wants to check it out and meet a few guys.
It's called Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association. The website is combatvets.us. Combatvets.us. Heather, anything I'm associated with will not allow anything to do with that. None whatsoever.
There's our buddy Ghost.
What Heather
I
say?
like those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
GG.
About
What's up?
she's trying to
Yes.
figure out whether or not a MA would allow Chomo.
And again, I
Oh,
can't speak for every RC or MA. The ones I've been associated with, that is just as much as a no-no as it is anywhere else on any other set.
Being
facts.
Not
ex-military, I
tolerated.
I pretty much guess that it's not gonna happen.
The other big no-no for us is no domestic violence of any sort.
That's right.
That's an automatic out as well. Specific type of life. Well, okay. Our bylaws do have it's not like you have to have a Harley Davidson or you have to ride an Indian. It's you have to have a motorcycle of 500 cc's or larger. That's it.
500 cc's.
Yeah.
So see, there's some MCs out here where the minimum 600 cc because
Right.
the crotch rockets for like the support clubs and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. But Red come in with a good question. Do you have any members on active duty? And if so, how does that work?
We do have members that are on active duty. They're required to pay their yearly dues unless they're actually downrange in a combat zone. They'll be waived at that point.
So
They're not required to attend events or meetings or anything like that unless they're able to. So it's not mandatory for them, but they're encouraged to if they're able to, even while they're downrange.
so you'll do video for meetings and stuff for the
Yes.
vets that are overseas.
Yeah, sometimes. Like I think Nationals was broadcasted to any member who had the link,
Okay.
but it was specifically limited to you had to be a member to be able to get access that link.
All right. So Huck
Okay.
said the reason he was asking, he's
Yeah.
coordinating a ride and would like for them to attend.
Yeah, you can go to that website and check the links, and you can find where the local chapters are in your state and coordinate with their PRO. I know that's a dirty word for you 1%ers. But in our case, we absolutely have to have a PRO because of the work that we do.
I mean, some clubs do, some clubs don't.
Yeah, it just
For those
depends.
of you that
Yeah.
don't know, PRO is a public relations officer.
Yeah.
So some clubs do have them, some clubs don't. There is a lot of frowned upon PROs around. But I personally, I believe that clubs should have a PRO because not all clubs are good with public relations,
Right.
especially in this day and age where we're right back to being the negative people. For a couple years,
That part.
MCs and bikers of
Yep.
all sorts could get a positive outlook because of the charity work and the scholarships and
Right.
all that stuff, but then it started to go right back downhill. So, Zach, aka Jen, said that he's got some friends wanting to start an RC. Is there a correct way to go about it?
Of course there is. Just like if you're trying to start an MC, just like if you're trying to get into the diamond set, you got to go through the proper steps. You got to go talk to whoever the dominant is in your area. You got to go to the sit down. They got to get to know you. Now, they'll tell you what they might require for you to actually run any kind of a patch, or any kind of patch, 1 piece, 2 piece, whatever. They might tell you you have to do this, this, and this to run that patch. But it's always good to get with the community and make sure that they know who you are and why you're trying to do what you're doing. The blessings of the community is very important, no matter if it's an MC, an MA, anything. And these two guys have been around the set and that heavy side of the set. They'll tell you the same thing. You can't just throw an MC. You can't just throw an MC tab on your back,
Right.
or anything.
No.
You can't.
Right. So shout out to SNS and everybody in the chat. Appreciate you, SNS, for throwing up those hyperlinks. And I put an S behind the combatsvet.com. That's my apologies. But I do have a question.
Sure.
So you said, all right, so I know that your organization is a 1 piece, correct?
Yes.
Is there levels? Do you go up? Do you have 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 piece, 5 piece? Or is there just like specifics on what you can do as far as that?
Again, it varies from state to state, whatever the dominant
State to state
will allow.
Okay.
We won't ever run anything more than our 1 piece circle patch. The crew that I was with before, like I said, we got they pulled the MC tab from us. We actually had a 3 piece patch, but what the state pres told us was you can keep it the way it is. Top and bottom rockers have to touch the center, so it looks like a 1 piece patch.
So it looks okay. Got you. Connection. I got you.
Yeah, he said we couldn't run an MC tab and you couldn't run a separate 3 piece, which when we set the club up initially, we talked to someone who represented themselves as the state dominant for veteran clubs. Turns out they weren't, and that club is no longer active in the state because of our sit down with the state dominant. They took care of that. So you guys know how that works as well as I do.
So you want to know the greatest part about this is that, as you know, we don't do anything scripted here.
Right.
No.
We don't write anything down, and half the time when someone asks me what the show is going to be about and what questions there is, I show them an empty piece of notebook paper, and I'm like, look, I've got it all written down right here.
'Cause I don't know.
So, as far as we go, we don't ever mention club names or anything
Unless
like that.
unless they mention themselves first and we're talking about it.
Exactly. So, shout out to Beeker for giving some information on all of this tonight, but I'm kind of baffled because I have a bro who actually left the club that I was in and everything and joined you guys, and he wears the same patches, and I didn't know that until you just said the organization's name and everything. But what's great is like I even take that aspect of not speaking club info
Right.
out to the real world. And a lot of people, they'll still talk about it and blah, blah, blah. But I try not to unless, they bring it up, like Trouble said. Because if y'all bring it up, then
It's
I
free
feel
game,
like
baby.
it's an okay thing to talk about.
Yes, sir. It's news.
Like
At that
all
point.
the years,
So
all the
it
years
was
I've been watching these shows
cool to hear
too.
that.
All these years I've watched these shows with you guys and BD and Mike Ball and everybody else. It's always been you don't mention names unless you're asked specifically or if it's already out there.
Yep.
Which is why in
Shout out to
discussing this
brother
tonight,
on time because that's my bro. I love him to death. we talking about your organization, bro. So hopefully you in these chats or watching, because I know you don't like getting in chats all the time. So
Good deal. Good deal. So,
So
yeah, I
go ahead.
just want to make one small statement about everything that we've been covering from BD's side. I've never seen this kind of stuff put out in public before either, just like you guys. This just baffles me how you let club business go out like that. I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. It should have never been public. Never.
I agree. I definitely agree. And you know what? Not to bash said club, 'cause I'm not gonna keep bringing their names up, giving them
Right.
more popularity than Kickstandz Down should get. But it takes the strength out of what was built way before us. To me, um, we already know that it's getting watered down. It's been watered down for a long time. You got some good positive people in here like ourselves up here that believe in the backbone of it. But when you start doing stuff like that, it takes away from all the hard work that you've done. My club has done, his club has done, their club is doing, and it focuses on the bad part about it. You know what I'm saying? I just hate that part.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
wasn't
part I
trying to
hate.
stir shit, but I wanted to make that clear that where I come from and the way I was raised in this community,
Yeah,
just like you guys, exactly. You don't do that, and that's all I
yeah,
have to say about that.
absolutely. So you're old school. My mom is definitely an old school type, so it's definitely one of those. I'm gonna talk to you when we get home.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That strike fear in your heart when you hear those words. People ain't got that no more, man. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got that. Hey, we're gonna handle that in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's been a saying that's been going around recently. Um, People have become too used to being disrespectful on the internet and not getting punched in the mouth for it.
Frost said that one of our first 5 shows, I believe it was. He was like, the real problem is ain't nobody punching nobody in the mouth anymore.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You wanna talk about the punch. You want to blow your chest up like you want to punch. But at the end of the day, when the puncher comes in, then you shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
hey, it is what it's case by case. All I can do is look at it, talk about it, and teach my guys how to do it.
Right.
That's about it. Oh, but I do got a question though. So just bouncing ideas now, man, because you gave the gist, you gave the foundation of how MAs work, right?
Right.
That was the show I was on. Yeah, huh? So that was probably like within the first 10. It was definitely within the first 10, I believe.
that was pillow
'Cause
talk.
yeah, pillow talk. Yeah, that's definitely within the first 10. Got to be. Well, if you guys want to quote me on that, if you want to quote me on within the first 10, go back in the episodes and then we'll figure something else out. All right.
You can start
So
watching them all from the very beginning.
all
We'll take that
from the
watching
beginning,
time. And some of
gladly,
us definitely need that knowledge.
definitely. Because you're still out here being fraudulent. I ain't gonna call no names, but I'm gonna do like this when I see you. It's you. It was you. But so do you guys host like a anniversary? Is there like a national anniversary? Is there
Yeah.
like a state? Okay, all right. Can you
Yeah.
get into that a little bit?
All right. So April we have our state get together. May we have regionals, and then in June
Okay.
we always have our nationals.
Come on
And it
now.
and it moves across various parts of the country. Like this year it was in Minnesota. Next year it's going to be in Georgia. I don't know where it's going to be after that. But our state meeting this year was up in the northeast part of the state. Our regionals next year are in Las Vegas.
Wow.
We have different things that we do that are part of the club. Like we have what's called a tri-state, which means if you go to a sanctioned event in 3 separate states in a calendar year, you get a patch for it.
Okay.
If you go to nationals, you get a patch for it. You go to a regional, you get a patch for it. We have something called the Long Range Riding Club, or the LRPS, Long Range Reconnaissance Patrol, where you do X amount of miles inside of a calendar year, you get a specific patch for it. So we do have specific events during the year for specific things that we do. Our chapter is going to do a charity fundraising poker run in October for a
Okay.
specific charity. Now, I can't get into any details on that. Other than
Right,
it's going to be
right.
a
We
poker run.
understand.
Absolutely.
So, but it's again in a lot of ways there's similarities between y'all set and our set.
Okay. All right. Yeah, yeah. It does sound like there's some similarities. I think where the lines get crossed is when the knowledge isn't there and a club just decides to stand up and do whatever they want
Yeah,
to on the back part. So
right. And
that's
that's
what's
not
up.
tolerated here, just like it ain't tolerated anywhere else.
So
Absolutely.
we got a couple viewers down here in the chat that's going back and forth because everybody heard me call Zach Jen. Well, he's like, I can't be Jen because we already have Jen Assist. Okay, no, there's a difference. You're Jen the genie. She's Jen the angel. Okay, you're both Jen. Get over it. We ain't giving you a new name. You can beg Red all you want, but it ain't gonna work. That's the name we gave you. So Zach, aka Jen, he's a little homie of ours. He's a really good friend, and I love this kid to death. He's awesome. But we gave him the name Jen because he's like a little genie, man. He likes to make people's wishes come true, and he kind of reminds me of the genie off of Aladdin. So that's why you got the name you got. You keeping it. Shut up. Exactly. Heather said, "Frost, shut it down."
That's funny. That's funny.
That's it.
Another question though. All right, so after you go through your application process, is that online?
No, you actually have to fill out a paperwork. You have to fill the paperwork out.
Okay.
You have to turn it into the whatever chapter you're trying to join. You give it to them, and then it works its way up through all the way to national.
And then
And
you
we got
come
to
back
use
with a
an ink
decision.
pen.
Yep. Say again?
Yeah, just like you got to sign up. You got
Yeah, pretty much.
you got to
Pretty
use
much.
a pen, man. That's interesting though. Oh man, you said there's once a year dues. Y'all don't do like monthly, quarterly.
No. It's once a year national dues. Um, they actually just went up this year. 1st of July is our start of our official year. But yeah, it's once a year we pay national dues.
So how does that work when you are when your club is setting up an event like let's just say the poker run, right?
Right.
I know you're not expected to use your finances all the time. So do you have to contact nationals, let them know a certain amount that you need?
We can get some of our
If you can
finances.
talk about that, I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
even.
yeah,
Okay, okay,
yeah. We can get some of it from the national or the regional if we need it. But
yeah,
for the most part, we will use our own funding that we've raised during the
okay.
year. Um, a lot
So
of
do
the
y'all
stuff,
have
like
dues?
yeah, just once a year we have national dues, but we have like we do raffles and 50/50s and things like that.
Okay, I was wondering how you get your money. Okay, all right,
That
that's cool.
that goes into a general fund for us to use for setting up a poker run, for paying for um, excuse me, for paying
You good?
for um, like raffle prizes and such. We have
So
a general fund.
Christmas stuff.
Yeah, and we have a
Yeah,
Christmas
yeah.
party and all that. We have a benevolent fund is what we call it for anybody in the chapter who having a tough time, lost their job, went down, ain't working. They can apply for funds out of the benevolent fund to help pay their bills and
Whew,
such.
we need a benevolent fund.
But it's not easy. You got to apply
Oh, I
for it.
know.
It's got to
Yeah.
be approved
You
by
ain't
the committee,
lying.
and the money don't go to whoever applies for it. Like if they're trying to get their electric bill paid or whatever, we'll pay the electric bill for them, but they ain't getting the money.
Oh, I'll take that. I don't need it. Just as
I
long
know,
as that
right?
bill get paid and keep
Yeah,
keep keep my lights on and keep my gas going, I'm
Dude,
straight.
if I'm gonna say this right here, right now, and I know some people's not gonna like it. If you are in need and someone is offering to help you but not give you the funds and you feel some type of way about it, then
Stop asking.
obviously you
yep,
must not be in need.
yep.
You must have some kind of underlying issue or something going on and want something else. Because I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, if I need help with something and I got somebody willing to help me out and they don't want to give me the money, by all means, help me out. Go do it. I do not care. I will not complain. I ain't gonna say a word. But
Facts.
you ain't gotta send me the money. Pay that bill.
Yeah, there you go.
How
It's
do I get
just
signed up on your benevolent fund?
right. Can I be a part of a MA and a MC?
For
It's a
the most
question.
part, no, no,
He said no, not at all.
because almost every MC I've ever been around or been associated with has it written specifically into their bylaws. You cannot patch up with anyone else. Period.
Hmm.
The
Y'all
one
hear that out there?
the way our bylaws were written, if you left our club, you couldn't even prospect for another club for 12 months.
That's the way
You
it
could
is on
go
the
hang
That's
show.
the way
around
it
or
is over
whatever,
here. Yeah.
and with there's not a specific time limit for the MAs that I've been associated with like that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Hey, look. Hey, Beaker, don't add new. You know how the comment section gets.
Oh yeah, no. I ain't shocked at all. I ain't shocked at all.
He said there used to be a. Oh, jeez. I'm trying to talk.
Yeah, see, yeah, like Steve said, side quest with that light bill loop. Yeah.
So see, they've been doing the same thing to me. So I was on the show one day, and my forehead was greasy because I was working outside. I was sweaty. I'm in the middle of talking. They said, "Damn, your forehead greasy and shiny, bro." I'm sitting there, I'm wiping it. I'm like, "Look, shut the fuck up, y'all."
They critique everything, man.
I was talking to Ghost and Lissa earlier, like, I expect to get heckled tonight. This is my first time on here now on any of these shows. I
I'll
expect
get
people to
you
take
in my
jabs at me.
benevolent fund.
I expect
Hey,
it.
I
It's
think you're
good. I'm
doing
good.
good. I think you're doing good so far.
Bring it.
So
I'm good.
we have a saying. Whenever you got the mustache like he got, where the center's kind of missing right here. You know what the center's missing for, right?
Yeah, I
That's
do.
for your mom to fill in the gap when she's sitting on his face.
Oof. Jeez. G. Willikers, Batman. I haven't heard that one.
We put that one out the other day. Ghost threw
Yeah.
that up. He goes, wait. Took a picture of himself. I said, oh, shit. You done had a few moms starting to fill in the gap.
Oh, my God.
It's all good, man. I appreciate you
Look,
guys having me
Soul
on tonight. I
glow
really
on his
do.
forehead. See,
absolutely, man. You're getting love, Heather Mo, other people. But, damn, I had one frost damn through it. Fucking, damn.
welcome to KSD.
You're
Where we
right.
don't
You
know
threw
what
me
the
off.
fuck's going on, but we will give you knowledge.
Frost
Yeah,
and his Newport 1200s.
Yeah. Hey, look, somebody said last
Cadillac limos, man.
last show you had it from like an angle, bro, and it kind of went out the screen, right?
Yeah.
I forgot who it was. Somebody said, "Damn, what you smoking a 1 million?"
Hang on. Let me get an unlit one just so I can replicate that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. He was like, "Damn." Oh my gosh, I had a question, bro. I done lost it.
I went back and watched the show, the Roundtable, a couple of weeks ago when you guys had Ball and Brother Bob from Canada on.
Yeah.
And because I kind of wanted to get a feel of what I might be expect for questions and such. And man, y'all went hard that night on the RCs and MAs.
Hey man,
It's all
listen.
out of
So
love, bro.
yeah, it's not a hate thing. It's not a hate
I know
thing.
they hate, but y'all went hard, Jack. Well, of course,
Yeah.
45 minutes in with that 180 proof Jack Daniels over here.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I
Brought
knew it
the
was
flow
time
up
for
and the flow up.
I knew it was time for Ball to leave when he started getting up out the chair excessively talking about legs and I said,
He
okay, it's
started
about time
dancing
for him
with
to
his
go.
leg. I was like,
Yeah, I was like, that's it. He done had enough.
Hey,
Take his
look,
bike keys.
I love it because a lot of people don't realize it, but outside of the show world, people give Mike credit on the show. He's on a lot of shows,
oh yeah.
but outside of the show world, in the real world, out here on the set, that motherfucker, man, he's in his
Fucking
20s.
Ghost.
He is already considered a lifer.
Yeah.
He has given his literal blood, sweat, and tears for his International Diamond Club. So I give him credit because that
Absolutely.
motherfucker's out there. He's doing the thing, and
That
can't
one.
nobody ever disrespect him in front of me. But at the same time, that shows you how comfortable he is with us, because he would get on here and completely open up and be himself. We call it Kickstandz Down for a reason. Okay.
Facts.
Me and Trouble was trying to come up with names. We went through a bunch of them. He came up with this one, and I was like, ooh, that's the one we rolling with. Let's ask
Yeah.
everybody, and everybody agreed. But y'all better shut the fuck up down here. You're
Yo.
fucking me up, bro.
That's why I'm trying to chill, man, but I
But
can't. They tripping.
Mike, you know, whenever you feel good enough to drink around us and just have a good time on the show, and as you see, he's able to do that because he knows we ain't gonna let nothing go down or let nothing get said that don't need to be said.
Yeah.
So I hopped off, and then I had to hop back on, and I was like, "Say good night, Mike." And
I'm
he's
so
good night,
glad you
Mike.
did.
And then I threw him off the show, and you know I loved it.
I'm
We
so
kicked
glad
up.
you did. I
I
was so
gave him hell
stuck.
for 2 or 3 days after that. Like, you still got a hangover like 3 days later, don't you?
I
I was
was
watching that.
stuck.
The
Hey,
Trouble's
look, I
like,
was getting,
I gotta figure out a way to get out of here.
bro. I was sitting there like I'm texting. I'm trying to text Frost. I'm getting text messages coming in. Hey, you guys gonna end the show or what? I'm like, man, I think Mike forgot we was on live. Like, he done got. Oh, I'm gonna show you something. Wait a minute. Where is it? Damn, they deleted it. I'm like, yo, dude, you supposed to be closing. What are you doing? Like, yeah, it was a fun show though. Like Red said, stay to the end. Yeah, I was forced to
Yeah,
stay to the end.
yeah. But it's, you know, I got a lot of respect for you guys, for not just you, but everybody in this community here on YouTube that does this, man. You know, I've watched a lot of this stuff over the last several years. You know, I was 2022 when I first started hanging out with the crowd from BD's channel and in the Discord and stuff. But over that time, I've, you know, Danny and Hollywood and Sos, and I'm getting to know Bone and Lavish now and Archbishop and those guys. And listen, you want to know anything about this community, about this lifestyle, about the traditions and the legacy and the codes and everything else, you go around these different shows. Now, some of them are full of shit. We all know that.
Facts.
But for the most part, a lot of good information is out there. You just got to go find it.
Absolutely. You got to be hungry for it. This thing has to be in you versus only being on you. Um, because like just putting it on you, anybody can put a set of rags on and perpetrate, man. But if it ain't in you and you don't have a thirst for knowledge, man, and just the sheer willness of wanting to do right, you know what I'm saying? You're kind of wasting your time. Well, you're not kind of, you are wasting your time in this lifestyle because this is a lifestyle inside of a lifestyle. I want people to understand that you have a whole different life over here versus what you have in life. So when they start to combine and you don't have the mental strength to take care of that, then that's when you need to. So you need to start thinking about life.
Yeah, man.
So, Mr. Beeker,
Sure.
Oh,
with us in the MC world and the MC side of everything, you know, we're not considered an organization like you guys are, or an association like you guys are. We're actually considered clubbers.
Right.
And shout out to the wonderful Black Dragon, because he said something that's always going to stick with me, that I never thought about it like that until he said it. And that was, bikers are free, clubbers are not. So in the club world, we have mandatories. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We got mandatories. You get fined, probation, suspension, whatever, if you do not show up and do not make face and all that. So, do you guys have mandatories in the association RC world?
My specific organization does. You have to make so many sanctioned events in a calendar year. You have to attend so many meetings in a calendar year. If you don't, at the end of our calendar year, by the end of June, that's when the secretary starts trying to make contact with people. You know, hey, are you still part of the organization? You still gonna be coming around? You know, it's we don't suspend people, we don't fine people, but if, say, you know, I don't show up for a month, my secretary is going to call and try to get a hold of me, find out what's going on.
Yeah.
right.
If I don't show up for any events for 3 months, then the commander's going to get in touch with me and find out what's going on.
Right.
If I don't pay my dues June 1st or July 1st, I'm considered out of the organization.
Oh, all right. Okay.
So y'all don't even have like a little fallback, late period or nothing?
Most of the chapters will give people X amount of time, but because the amount of dues is so small,
Okay.
it's like, okay, look, you have a whole year to put aside X amount of dollars for your dues. There's no reason why you shouldn't have it come the 1st of July. Unless there's, extenuating circumstances. You've been in a wreck, you lost your job, you got divorced, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If there's extenuating circumstances, of course we'll make exceptions, but again, that's up to the leadership committees, and it's on a case-by-case basis. That's a lot of the people who join an MA or an RC don't want all the responsibility that comes with wearing that MC patch.
Okay.
Because as you said, you've got mandatories, you've got strict sets of things you have to do. You don't have any choice in that.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm going somewhere, unless it's to one of our sanctioned events, I don't have to have my cut on. I don't have to represent the MA. But you guys having those patches, and especially on the 1% side, it's even more so. You don't go nowhere without your rag.
Don't take
You
your
got that
rags
rag
off
with
with
you.
nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Facts.
If we go to, we're on a ride somewhere for like a breakfast run or somewhere, I can take my cut off. I can set it down on the back of my seat. Nobody's going to fuck with it.
Right.
When I was wearing that MC tab, that was a little bit different. We weren't allowed to do that.
Yeah, you do that on our set. We playing hide the patches.
Hide the cut.
Musical rags, whatever it may be. But
Yeah.
So Brother Ghost gave me a good question a second ago. He said, "We are a brotherhood. We are not a gang because MCs get called gangs all the time.
I hate that.
But we are not Leo. Do you guys allow Leos in your organization?"
The MA does allow military law enforcement.
So
if you were an MP,
yep,
MPs.
You are still allowed in as an MP in this MA. When I was in the MC before, specifically written into the bylaws, no law enforcement allowed.
Right.
No LE, no security was kind of a gray area, but corrections officers were not allowed. No law enforcement of any type. Family couldn't be in law enforcement. So again, it varies from place to place and state to state and whatever the organization set up to begin with.
Steve said his father was a diamond for almost 40 years, and when he hit 63, he decided to retire. Now he rides with an RC with a bunch of old timers, and he loves the fact that there's no bullshit.
One of the oldest MCs in California, one of the originals, the Booze Fighters, isn't even an MC anymore.
Yep.
They're just an RC. They dropped the MC patch a long time ago. So,
but you know what's crazy is, even though they dropped that MC, out here on the set, they still get that recognition.
They still get the recognition.
Yeah.
Because
they've earned
because
it.
They're the originals. They're the ones that paved the way. So
they earned it.
And they came. We actually had opportunity for them to come to a member came to one of our bike nights, man. So it was pretty dope. It was a pretty dope experience.
See, now we don't have bike nights, but we do.
Oh, you don't?
Like two wheel Tuesdays, where we'll go we'll go somewhere and get like wings or appetizers or whatever, and we'll have like twice a month we have a chapter dinner where everybody meets for dinner and stuff like that. But we don't do like the bike night thing.
Okay.
See, mostly as far as bike nights go, that's strictly MC.
Yeah.
And it is. It's strictly MC. But there are a lot of organizations out there that do their own events, bike washes, and all that kind of stuff. Now, even all the way up to like poker runs and stuff.
Yeah, they do it all.
Where I'm at, I'm in the greater Phoenix area, and Cave Creek. I'm about 45 minutes away from Cave Creek, and that's where the headquarters of the local dominant is in Cave Creek. And there's a place up there that's very popular called the Hideaway. Now they have weekly bike nights themselves.
Yeah.
as that business.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, that makes sense.
it's not specific to any MC, and that bike night is considered neutral territory. If I don't know, most of the people in here should know what that means if it's neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
We won't dig too deep, but
we've done
yeah,
episodes on that as well.
yeah, definitely. And there, I'm pretty sure our subs have grown, so you can't grow without giving up some knowledge. So
Oh yeah,
well,
Red just reminded me. We got invited to a booze fighter event when they opened a charter up in North Carolina. Um, Me and her went out and got to hang out with them. They were amazing guys. Like Heather said, they're great guys. And let me
they
tell
are.
you, I don't know which bro was on the barbecue that day, but bro was cooking. It was good. Oh my god, bro.
yeah, I'm the one that always gets stuck on the grill.
Yep. See, I normally do too. I got a brother Army Boy, and we throw him on if he's around because brother Army Boy can cook, and he can really cook. But we gotta. You said something about calling people out a little bit ago, and you wasn't sure what hell you was gonna get on this show. So we got to call somebody out. Mr. Ghost said he
Yeah.
had his share of
Uh-huh.
MPs, and it was a conspiracy against him. He was just minding his own business. Now we all know Ghost, and Lissa had the correct response here. Sure, Ghost. So,
Exactly.
so we got to call him out and say that we all know you wasn't innocent. You was behaving yourself. You never
Yeah.
behave yourself. All three of us
Yeah.
up here on the panel and half of the viewers in here in the chat know better than that.
If you was innocent,
Facts.
I am Pope Snacks the first.
And no, I do not. I do not miss NC at all. There's a couple, brothers that I miss, and a couple sisters that I miss. I do miss the cigarette prices, and I miss the fact that they can sell alcohol past midnight there. Here in Kentucky, there's no alcohol sales past midnight at all. Not even beer, nothing past midnight. So
But you can probably get it on Sunday.
you can. You can wake
Take the
up.
good with the bad.
You can wake up. You can't buy it till 10 o'clock, but you can wake up at 10 o'clock. Go get you some liquor or beer.
Back
But
when I still lived
I
in
miss that.
Southeast Georgia, I actually lived in a dry county.
Mm.
No alcohol sales in the county.
What?
No joke, man. I don't know if it's
Sorry,
still like that now, but
Red just bought some rum yesterday, so she said it's after 1 o'clock. So,
Oh, that's straight.
yeah, the
but
whole county was dry. No alcohol sales whatsoever in the county.
That's crazy.
Genesis said we need to get up the benevolent fund for KSD.
Well, you must have missed where Frost said he ain't going to work tonight. He took the night off.
Facts. She
Hey,
didn't.
look,
She wasn't here.
So shout out to my boss man. Boss man made me regional, right? And he gave me full reign to hire somebody. So I hired somebody, and I trained them over the weekend, and we worked a 14 and a half. Then we worked a 13, and we had another 14 and a half, like I said at the beginning of the show. So I called the owner of the company. I'm like, yo, you put me in the position you put me in. So I make the schedule for around here. I'm letting you know now, I'm not going to work tonight. I'm sending the new guy to work tonight because he's officially trained up. I believe he can do it. And I'll go back tomorrow night, but I need a break. So it's not happening. Plus, it's Red's day off, and I already slept till the show happened. So, I got to do something. And see, even Red said, hell no, we don't miss NC.
See, I'll tell you how different it is here as far as alcohol stuff goes. My Walmart carries hard liquor.
What?
My
Sam's Club
grocery
does
store
here.
right across the street. My grocery store right across the street, Bash's. Hard liquor section.
Nope.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I
my
guess it's
son
not
would've got my
crazy. I
back.
guess
My
it's
son
normal.
said, you not got to go to work?
Depends on what you define as normal.
Well, yeah, touche. All right, you got me on that one. I mean,
Right.
anytime that I go out of state, man, especially on them damn twos, boy, I'm just like, I'm in my mind 9 o'clock.
Right.
Hey man, we got to make it before 9 o'clock. Motherfuckers looking at me like, why? You got somewhere to go? Like,
Yeah. The
the
liquor
shit
store.
just open. Yeah, I got to get there before it closes. Like, dude, it doesn't close at 9 o'clock here. So like, relax. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, 11:30, getting the damn bottle of liquor. Like, okay, cool. All right, I feel privileged.
What y'all waiting on?
See,
11:30.
that's the
11:30.
support
It's
I need from
11:30.
y'all.
What you talking about? Oh.
Hook, what you on, man?
That's that support right there.
That's
Hey
for the
man.
benevolent fund. I got
Build
it.
the
I got it.
benevolence fund.
That's for the benevolent fund.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, just let me know the days and the time so I won't log in. I don't want to see it. I'm good.
Man.
I
Yeah,
definitely
shout
will
out,
after I get this
shout
new
out to
bike
Jen.
set
He
up.
got a baby on the way.
Right on. Right on.
Jen
Congratulations.
the
Had a baby.
Jen the angel or Jen the
Zach,
oh okay. I
the
was about to say
genie.
oh shit. You've been holding out, huh?
I had
The
5. They're
genie.
all
Okay,
grown and
cool.
gone. They're all grown. Matter of fact, I got 3 grandkids.
Yeah. Sweet.
Like I said, 2 of my 2 oldest children are both combat veterans as well.
Okay.
Myself, my son, my daughter, and 2 of my nephews. We all went to Afghanistan between 2004 and 2019. Steve,
Hmm.
peace out, brother. It's what we do. You know, some families are firefighters, some families are law enforcement, et cetera, et cetera. We wear the uniform. Just what we do.
That's what's up. Train them
Genius,
young,
yep.
huh?
Well, me personally, I'm hoping that my kids and my nephews are the last generation of the family to have to do that.
Okay.
I think 9 generations is enough, and I think we as a country, we've done enough fighting.
Absolutely.
Let somebody else do it for a while.
Let somebody else do it for a while, and then you build up something else.
Heather over there. I got 5 on it.
Hey, look, Beeker singing.
Beeker singing.
Y'all heard it here first.
Speaking Beacon. Clarity on Jen got a baby on the way. Okay. I was being facetious. I just want to start a little noise. No harm, no foul. All right. We have 58, bro. What you got?
So, unfortunately, you know, Beeker done snuck in here and watched some of our shows. He said, "Hey, look, that's 26 total. All right, we already up to $26. So let's go ahead and throw that down there at the bottom of the screen. Let's get that up and going. That's for the benevolent fund for KSD. Y'all hit it up.
That's right.
Let it be known.
That's right.
But Beaker snuck onto the show. But Beaker, you already know. As always, we let our guests close out the show. So that means tonight is your lucky night.
Oh, damn. I ain't even planning on this.
That's what you get from putting the damn kickstand down and
Yeah, right?
satting down.
So
Yeah, I sat in the chair. I got to roll with it.
That's right.
I'm off work. I just got woke up. Now it's time for me to go blaze and get drunk and spend time with the family and enjoy the evening off. So I love all y'all. Shout out to all the viewers, subscribers, and if y'all need any information, of course, you know how to get in contact with us. You can always hit us up at kickstandsdown@gmail.com. If you do not have a way to hit us up and you're hard-headed, like Mr. Steve Easy that don't want to join none of the groups that we have. So if you oh look, I'm even getting more money. See,
Hey, I
take what your
said a
mama gave
cool
you. I'm up
30.
to 36 now.
Oh, dang.
36. There we go.
Surpassed my expectations. I said 30.
Medea, as Medea said, them quarters hurt.
Yeah.
Them quarters hurt.
Them quarters hurt.
But yeah, you know, shout out to all y'all for being here. I love each and every one of y'all. It's always great being on this show, keeping it real, keeping it unscripted, and being honest with our opinions, thoughts, and these stupid ass comments. You know they
Jangle.
always get me the worst right at the end of the show. Have you noticed that yet? They go after me at the end of the show, bro. Every time.
Mr. Jangle.
Hey, we almost at a 40 piece, at an 80 piece.
You know what?
That's a little drop on something, a cell phone bill or something. Oh my God!
Might be.
He just exited out.
Look at it.
Really, dude? All right, so I guess it's my turn. Oh, you back? Okay, cool. I was about to say, really, dude?
I should have stayed gone.
When we start doing that?
I should have stayed gone.
Oh my God, bro.
Nah, shout out to everybody. I love all y'all, and that's my 2 cents for the day.
No cap.
I do appreciate each and every one of y'all. So thank you for joining KSD. Thank you for viewing KSD. Thank you for being on here, Mr. Beeker. Shout out to you for taking your time out of your day and coming on, because, you know, we do this at 4 p.m. your time, so it's not it is for us. It's not evening time for you. You're still in the middle of the day. So shout out. Now, as I said, I got to go get undressed. I got to start stripping and making this money. I got to make the G-string jingle with all the chains, like Ghost said. And I got to get this benevolence fund for KSD, because, you know, some of us, unlike Trouble, got to be out here working and getting some funds up for the show. So
yeah, you pay the cost to be a boss. All right, so I guess it's my turn.
Excellent.
So, man, like always, appreciate everybody for joining another wonderful episode of KSD, aka Kickstandz Down. Yeah, man, this one was a good one. Like all of them are. Beeker, appreciate you, man, for taking your time out in the middle of the damn day to join the chat, join the room, and, you know, just give us some insight on that side of the world that we know very little about. But we didn't want to bash it as hard as we did last week, but this week was more educational. But nah, that's because people, you know, just like on the MC world, people they paint a picture and then they mess it up. You know what I'm saying? So when you got somebody to know what they're doing, it's always a good deal. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, everybody, man. As always, share it with somebody, share it with the community, share it with the group chat. Get these numbers up, man. And like I said, sometime in the near future, we're trying to take this thing on the road to where we're, you know, just popping up in your state. You know what I'm saying? Sitting down and eating off your plate. You know what I'm saying? And just having a nice little debate. But one thing that's undebatable is fake love is always worse than real hate. I said it here first on KSD. I appreciate y'all. Much love and respect. And I'm out of here.
I just want to say thank you to everybody, and especially to Brother Frost and Brother Trouble for having me on here tonight. It's a great honor for me. First time I've done this. I appreciate all the love you all have given me tonight. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day and your week. I'm in BD's Discord. I'm in the Kickstandz Down Discord. If you guys want to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me there. Or, you know, I can throw out an email address or whatever. I'm getting to know a lot of you. I appreciate the love in this community, and I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Make sure to hit that like button, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Get this out there. Get this show to grow like where we need it to be. And I will catch y'all next time. Much love and respect.